Yep. Mhm. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining the first session today. We have next session coming from Eyub Rahmi Aydin. Hi, Eyub. Assalamu alaikum. Uh, are you joining Eyub? Hello. Yeah, can you hear us?
Hello,
Yeah. How are you?
I can hear. What
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
hearing?
yeah. I can hear you.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Good,
that's perfect. Good
good
morning.
morning.
Alaikum salam, Abdul
Good
Kadir. How
morning.
are
Yeah,
you?
Alhamdulillah. I'm doing good. So thank you for joining from Turkey. So I welcome you. Thank you very much. So the topic today, you is we'll be talking about how strategy is executed to programs and projects, PMO, as a Office of Strategy Management. Okay. So Eyub is the co-founder and managing partner at Nuvo Consulting, bringing nearly 20 years of experience in strategy, supply chain, and operations. He has led transformation and efficiency initiatives across multinational firms and family-owned businesses. His experience include strategy planning, PMO, business process engineering, and strong focus on global expansion and innovation. So thank you, Yub. Thank you for joining the session today. Look forward for your session. Okay. So have a great time. So you can share screen and start the presentation.
Okay, I'll let me share the screen, please.
Yeah.
Is it seen that?
Not it.
Is it seen my screen, Abdul
No,
Kadir? Not
not.
yet.
So you just share screen and select right uh,
Yeah,
presentation. Yeah.
yeah. I am doing the writings, but I'm not sure why it is not seen. Is that came on the screen?
No, not it.
You see
Yeah.
my
Now it
presentation?
is coming up. Yeah,
Nah.
it is
Okay.
coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see.
Thank you.
Yeah, please proceed. Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you, Abdul Kadir, and the entire Data Labs team. I have always believed that great conversations start with a strong partnership, and today's session is a perfect example of that. Uh, uh, I would like to say that good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Firstly, uh, I am Eyub Rahmi Aydin, and over the next almost 45 minutes, I will be your co-pilot on a journey through one of the most misunderstood yet most powerful engines of strategic execution, the PMO. Now, I know when people hear project management office, they all schedule Gantt charts, maybe a few templates here and there. Uh, but what if I more something that sits not at the end of strategy, but right at the heart of it? It's about strategy to value with visibility, agility, and accountability. We'll cover first the changing landscapes operating because let's face it, are thing of the past. Then we will explore what effective execution actually look, we measure it, and how PMOs can move the needle. After that, I will introduce you to a new case study. This is how we support organizations, not just in planning, but in delivering strategy. And finally, we will close with a practical case, a real-world example of strategy transformation powered by a cross-regional PMO structure. So whether you are already running a PMO, planning to set up one up, or simply curious about how execution excellence is evolving, there is something here for you. Let's dive in and reimagine the PMO, not as back office function, but as a strategic command center in the age of transformation. Before we go deeper into topic, Abdulkadir has introduced me, but let me take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Eyub Rahmi Aydin. I'm an PhD candidate industrial engineer, but more importantly, someone who has spent the last 20 years living inside strategy execution challenges. I began my career in our family's businesses. That experience gave me a real sense of how business works on the ground and how important it is to be flexible and practical. Later, I joined larger international companies in Turkey in different sectors, including FMCG, pharmaceuticals, fashion, and industrial manufacturing, where I took on leadership roles in supply chain, in strategic planning, and project management. I have led transformation projects for large family-owned companies, helping them build performance systems, digital tools, and project portfolios that are directly aligned with the business goals. What I really focus on and enjoy is bridging the gap between strategy and execution. I work with companies to help them not just design strategy, but also deliver it using strong program and portfolio management practices. Because, as we all know, strategy only matters if it is turned into results. And today, execution is not a nice to have, it's a necessity. And to understand why this matters more than ever, we need to look at the world PMOs are operating in today. And let me now share a little more about what we do at Nuvo and the lens through which we approach strategy execution. At Nuvo Consulting, our mission is to support organizations that are navigating complexity, scaling their operations, or entering new markets, especially in environments where execution is just as important as ambition. We help companies grow strategically by aligning teams, improving operations, stretching brand positioning, and ensuring that every move leads to long-term with measurable impact. We are based in both Turkey and Paraguay, which allows us to work at the intersection of Europe, Asia, and Latin Americas. This regional positioning gives us a global view, but with strong local understanding, especially when it comes to helping Turkish companies expand into Latin America. At Nuvo, our work is shaped around four main service areas. Let me quickly walk you through them. First, we focus on corporate maturity and transformation. This is where we help organizations evolve by aligning their strategic plans with how they actually perform and operate. But we don't stop at internal systems. We also look at how the organization shows up in the market, because in our view, transformation isn't complete unless your internal identity matches your external brand. Second, we support market expansion into Latin America. This is something we have built deep experience in, especially for Turkish companies. We guide them through the local realities, how to enter the market, who to partner with, how to navigate regulations, and most importantly, how to adapt to regional business culture. It's about entering the new market prepared, not just present. Third, we provide research and strategic insights. This means tailored market intelligence to support critical decisions, whether it's understanding what customers expect, analyzing competitors, or mapping out sector opportunities. We provide the data that makes direction clearer. And finally, training and capability building, because none of this matters if people aren't ready. We design and deliver leadership programs, workshops, and internal development tracks, all aimed at strengthening the execution muscle inside the organization. At Nuvo, we see a logo or slogan, but as a strategic asset, one that needs to be fully aligned with how company grows, competes, and delivers its promise. Our goal is simple: to turn global ambitions into actionable strategies, and to help our clients execute them with clarity, capability, and commitment. And the reason I'm telling you this now is because the work we do at Nuvo is deeply connected to today's topic. As you will see later, we don't just talk about strategy execution. We live it on the ground with our clients. But first, let's zoom out and look at the broader business environment we are all operating in, and why the PMO has become such a vital player in today's execution equation. Now that we have set the context for who we are and how we approach strategy, let's turn to the bigger picture, the world we are all working in today. We are living in a time of constant disruption, from geopolitical instability to accelerating digital transformation, to changing workforce expectations and rising pressure from customers. It's clear that old models of strategy and execution simply aren't enough anymore. In fact, here's a tough truth. According to the Project Management Institute, 67% of the business strategies still fail at the execution stage. That's 2 out of every 3. And why does this happen? Because organizations often lack the fundamentals: clear alignment across teams, real-time visibility into what's actually being done, a way to prioritize effectively, and this is where strategy breaks down, not in the boardroom, but on the ground. There is a quote from Thomas Edison that feels especially relevant here. Vision without a goal, it really hits home. So the question becomes, how do we close this gap? How do we ensure that strategy isn't just designed well, but actually delivered? This is where the PMO enters the picture, but not old-fashioned kind. So to really understand how the PMO needs to evolve, we are going to look at it from 3 different angles, 3 lenses that will shape our conversation today. First, we will talk about landscape, the business environment around us, what's changing, what's driving all this disruption, and why can't we rely on old models anymore. Second, we will dive into execution, because it's not just about having a plan. It's about how we manage portfolios, programs, and projects in a world where everything moves fast and change is constant. And finally, we will talk about impact, the real results. Not just did we finish the project, but did we create a value? Did we move the business forward? Can we prove it? Uh, these three terms, landscape, execution, and impact, will be our guide as we explore that modern PMOs need to be differently. So let's begin with the first one, the landscape and how it's reshaping the role of the PMO. So now that we have talked about how the business landscape is shifting, let's ask a simple but powerful question. What exactly is a PMO? Really, it's traditionally PMO stood for Project Management Office, and it mostly means structure, process, compliance, templates, reporting lines, and making sure everyone follow the rules. It was useful, sure, but it was also limited because as organizations began facing more complexity, more uncertainty, and faster change, they need something more. They needed someone or some function to help them align their strategy with execution, choose the right projects, not just deliver them, and make sure that what gets delivered actually matters to the business. And that's when we started to see the PMO take on new shapes, new meanings. First, it became what we call a portfolio management office. Here, the focus shifts from are we doing projects right to are we doing the right projects. It's all about smart investment choices, setting the right priorities, and managing the big picture across multiple initiatives. Then came to performance management office approach. This isn't just about timelines and budgets anymore. It's about value. Are we actually creating impact for the business? Here, the PMO becomes a performance partner, not just a process checker. And now, the most advanced version we are seeing, the PMO is evolving into a strategy execution office. It's no longer sitting on the sidelines. It's right at the center, acting as a bridge between the C-suite and delivery teams, making sure that strategy doesn't get lost in translation, but actually moves through for portfolios, programs, and projects all the way to results. The three letters are still the same, PMO, but what they stand for has completely transformed. Because today successful execution isn't just operational efficiency; it's a strategic capability. And in this age of disruption, this evaluation, it's no longer optional; it's essential. So, if the definition of a PMO has evolved, what about the way it executes? That's where we are heading next. So let's come to the core question. Why does the PMO matter now more than ever? This answer lies in the business environment we are all operating in. We are facing a perfect storm of challenges, and none of them are going away anytime soon. Let me break that down, because these challenges aren't abstract. We are all feeling them in real time. First, volatility and uncertainty. Markets are changing overnight. One day you have a plan, the next day the landscape shifts. Disruption is no longer an event, it's a new normal. And the second, shorter planning cycles. Remember when companies used to have 5-year strategic plans? Well, those days are gone. Now strategy has to be flexible. It's more about adjusting and realigning constantly, not setting something once and hoping it holds. Third, digital transformation pressure. Every organization is in some phase of going digital, but without a clear structure, it becomes chaotic. Technology alone doesn't create results, but the execution does. Fourth, resource constraints. We all feel this one. Budgets are tighter, teams are stretched thin, but somehow the number of projects and change initiatives just keeps growing. And finally, change saturation. Let's be honest, people are tired. They are bombarded with new systems, new goals, new priorities, and without clear focus and coordination, this leads to what we call transformation fatigue. And here's the kicker. According to the recent Gartner study, 83% of the executives says that strategy execution is now more important than ever. But only about 30% which feel confident that their organization can actually deliver on its strategy. That's a huge gap between ambition and execution. And it's exactly the kind of gap that a modern PMO is designed to close. Because today's PMO don't just track progress. They bring clarity by connecting initiatives to strategy. They bring coordination by aligning teams and resources. And they bring control by helping leaders steer the organization through complexity without losing momentum. In short, PMOs are no longer optional. They are a strategic life and beyond. So now that we understand why PMOs matter so much, now let's talk about what does effective execution look like in this world. Let's take a moment to think what we really mean by strategy execution, because it's easy to think of it as a straight line. Set a goal, do some projects, and get results. But in reality, it's not that simple. Strategy execution is a multi-tiered system. It's layered, interconnected, and if even one layer is out of sync, things break down. It all starts with a vision, that big, bold picture of where we want to go. But vision alone doesn't deliver results. It has to be broken down into strategic objectives and then translate into measurable targets, OKRs, KPIs, scorecards. And those targets, they guide how we build portfolios, carefully selected programs and projects that are designed to move the strategy forward. Each level, portfolios, program, project is connected. And if there is no alignment between them, what happens? Resources get wasted, teams pull in different directions, deadlines slip, impact is lost. That's exactly where the PMO comes in. Not as an admin function, but as the integrator. The one who connects vision at the top to action on the ground. People often say our strategy fails, but more often strategy fails not at the vision stage, but in the space between vision and execution. That gap is where the PMO, and when PMO keeps the whole system running in harmony, strategy into real measurable value. This idea that execution is a system is the foundation for everything we will explore next. So now that we understand execution is a system, let's zoom in and look at the actual architecture. How do we go from a big idea to real business value? It all starts, as always, with mission and mission, the organization's North Star. But let's be clear, a bold vision is not enough. We all know companies with great visions that never become reality. So we move one level down to strategic objectives. This defines what we want to achieve. Then comes to critical step, what we make those objectives measurable through OKRs and KPIs. Because if you can't measure it, you can manage it. Now, with clarity on what matters, we build the portfolio. This is where we make hard choices. Where do we invest our limited time, budget, and talent? Even the best strategy will fail if we spend energy on the wrong initiatives. Next comes program management. This is where we organize complex, cross-functional efforts under one roof with shared goals. Programs give structure to chaos. And finally, we arrive at the project delivery. This is where all strategy, structure, and ambition meets the real world. Let me add another lens here, because to really lead execution, we need more than just tools and timelines. We apply system thinking. We treat the organization as a dynamic, interconnected system. Every decision affects something else. No part operates in isolation. And we use cybernetic control models, which is just a fancy way of saying set goals, monitor progress, and adjust based on feedback. Governance, prioritization, resource orchestration, these aren't admin tasks. They are strategic levers. They are how we keep the system in balance and in motion. And here's a key idea I want to leave with you. Aligning strategy without building execution capability is like steering a car with no wheels. You may know exactly where you want to go, but you are not going anywhere. The PMO, it puts the wheels on, it fuels the engine, and it makes sure the vehicle is moving in the right direction, at the right speed, with control. That's what modern execution is all about. Now, let me walk you through a practical framework that helps us understand the different types of PMOs, depending on where they sit in the organization and how much responsibility they actually carry. We are looking at a simple 3 by 3 matrix. First, a vertical axis. This shows the level of PMO in the organization. At the bottom, we have PMOs that operate at the project or program level, very focused and very tactical. In the middle, PMOs working at the department or division level, more about coordination and consistency. And the top, PMOs at the enterprise level, driving strategy across the entire company. Then on horizontal axis, we are looking at PM ownership. In other words, how much control or responsibility the PMO has over project managers. On the left, PMOs with no direct ownership of project managers. In the center, they share or support project management, often working with strategic or cross-functional PMs. And on the right side, the full control. They own and manage all project resources directly. So when you combine these two axes, level in the organization plus level of the ownership, you get 9 different types of PMOs. Let's quickly walk through them. The types 1 to 3, these are sit at the project or program level. They are often temporary, created for specific initiative. They provide tactical support, track timelines, monitor deliverables. Think of them as close to action, but limited in scope. Types 4 to 6, these operate at the department or business unit level. They work to standardize methods, provide visibility across teams, and align execution with departmental goals. These are great for growing organizations that want more control without centralizing everything. And types 7 to 9, now we are talking about enterprise PMOs. They work across departments, they shape the strategic project portfolio. And type 9, which we call Enterprise Portfolio Office or EPMO, This is the most mature strategic form. It's deeply integrated into executive decision making and helps guide all portfolios and programs across the company. This model helps organizations diagnose where their PMO currently is, and more importantly, where it needs to go based on size, complexity, and strategic ambition. Because not every company needs a type 9 PMO right away. But knowing the full map helps you design the PMO that fits your business today and prepares you for tomorrow. So that we have explored the structure and types, let's shift gears and look at how PMOs are evolving in terms of strategic influence. Uh, let's talk about where the most forward-thinking organizations are heading. We are witnessing a major shift from PMOs being seen as project support units to becoming true strategic partners. Traditionally, PMOs were about compliance and reporting. Are we using the right templates? Are we on time, on budget? These are useful. Sufficient in today's world, but definitely not. Because modern organizations don't just need to run projects, they need someone to guide where those projects should even go. And that's where the strategic PMO comes in. These PMOs operate upstream. They are at the table before the project charter is even written. They help shape the portfolio, deciding which initiatives deserve attention and investment. Use value-based criteria to ensure alignment with strategic goals. Monitor benefit realization, making sure we are not just delivering, but delivering impact. And they sit at the intersection of strategy, finance, operations, and transformation that gives them a 360-degree view and the ability to enable faster, smarter decisions. But here's what really set them apart. They don't just optimize for efficiency. They enable agility, because in today's environment, being able to adjust course quickly, that's not a bonus, it's survival. As the quote on this slide puts in, strategic PMOs shape decisions before projects even begin. They don't just execute, they influence. And that visual you see here, that's intentional. The PMO is no longer buried somewhere under operations. It's right next to the C-suite, working side by side with leadership, guiding change and not just managing it. This is the feature of the PMO. Not tactical, not just a back office function, but a strategic orchestrator of change. As we start shifting from landscape into actual execution models, it's important to pause and ask, what does a modern PMO look like in a world that's constantly changing? We are no longer in the age of plan once and execute forever. The PMO has to evolve fast. And the evolution is being shaped by three powerful trends. This first one is game changer. PMO as a value office. It's no longer enough to say we delivered on time and on budget. Today's ask a different question. Being asked to go beyond the outputs and focus on outcomes. They need to prove that means tracking benefits, measuring alignment, and making sure we are not just doing work, but doing the right work. The second trend is the rise of the hybrid teams. The way we work has changed forever. Teams today are no longer sitting in the same building or even the same time zone. They are made up of internal staff, outsourced vendors, freelancer, and increasingly AI and automation. The PMO has to manage this complexity, not by controlling every detail, but by creating clear governance, flexibility and trust across all those layers. In other words, it's not just about process anymore. It's about people, platforms, and performance. The other trend is PMO as a platform. This last one is about mindset. The PMO can no longer be a silo, stuck in a corner reporting on status updates. It has to become a platform, a connective fabric that links strategy, finance, operations, and execution across the entire organization. This shifts enables real-time visibility, better alignment, and faster decision. We are moving away from static planning and toward systems thinking, strategic resilience, and continuous learning. Modern PMOs are becoming digital governance engines, using data, feedback, and insight to improve while executing, not just after. In short, the future of work requires a new kind of PMO, one that's agile, insight-driven, and fully integrated into how value gets created across the enterprise. This is no longer a support function. It's a strategic capability, and it's changing everything. As we go deeper into execution, I want to highlight a critical mindset shift. Strategy is only as good as your organization's ability to actually deliver it. Science sounds obvious, right? But here's the truth. Many companies still treat the PMO as a back office function, a unit that tracks deadlines, updates task lists, sends reports. Useful? Sure, but in today's environment, not even close to enough. Because execution today isn't just about control. It's about adaptability, agility, alignment. That's why we are now seeing PMOs evolve into something bigger, like strategic command centers, PMOs that help leadership not just deliver strategy, but shape it, adjust it, and keep it moving as the world changes. So what does a modern PMO actually do? A lot more than just following up on tasks. First, it drives strategic prioritization. In other words, what really matters right now, with limited time and resources, where should we focus? Second, it connects the dots across the organization, because execution doesn't live in silos. The PMO brings marketing, operations, finance, IT, all to the same table, aligned, coordinated, moving together. Third, it creates real feedback loops. So we are not just pushing projects forward violently. We are listening, learning, adjusting in real time. And finally, maybe most importantly, it helps build a culture of getting things done that's flexible, that responds to change, and that stays focused on results, not just activity. And here's the real question I would like you to consider. Is your PMO just delivering projects or enabling your strategy to evolve and thrive? Because that's the difference between a reactive PMO and a strategic one. And if we want to compete, grow, and lead in the fast-changing world, we have to rethink how execution is designed, governed, and improved. So now let's talk about what that new architecture can actually looks like, not just built for efficiency, but built for impact. Now let's talk about different kind of shifts, not just inside the organization, but in how organizations work with partners on execution. Here's the reality. Execution is not a handoff. It's not, we built the strategy, now you go figure it out. And yet, that's how a lot of consulting still works. Consultants come in, run some workshops, build a great looking slide deck, and then they leave. The client is left alone to make it all happen. But here's the problem. Most strategies don't fail because they are badly designed. They fail in the delivery because of poor coordination. misalignment across teams, or the inability to adjust when reality changes. That's why at Nuvo, we do things differently. We don't just show up with slides, we stay in the cockpit. We position ourselves as a co-pilots, working side by side with our clients, not just helping them define strategy, but helping them deliver it. That means being agile because plans changing, putting in strong governance so accountability is clear, and offering real-time decision support, and not just a beautiful report that gets lost in someone's inbox. There is a quote I love that captured this perfectly. Strategy implementation requires proximity, not distance. Impact comes from the shared ownership. And that's exactly what we do at Nuvo. We bring structure, clarity, and tools. But more importantly, we bring commitment. We help organizations build the capability and confidence to turn strategy into lasting, measurable impact. Let's take everything we have talked about so far and make it real. This is how we at Nuvo approach execution, especially when we work alongside PMOs and strategy officers. Call this our embedded execution model, because we believe strategy doesn't get delivered from outside. It gets delivered from the inside out. The most effective execution partners don't just advise. They don't drop in, deliver a framework, and disappear. They embed. They become part of how the organization actually works. Let me show you what that looks like in practice. We work across four dimensions. First is design. We start by helping teams design their execution engine. That means operating models, governance structures, a portfolio, and program logic, all tailored to your strategy, their capacity, their culture, because the way you deliver must match the strategy they set. Next, we bring in the right tools and insights in real time, with dashboards, scenario planning, portfolio visualization, not just for reporting, but to guide real decisions. This is where execution becomes data-driven, not just reactive. Then we coach the teams, because capability can't be outsourced. It has to be built. We train PMOs, project leaders, and delivery teams in agile methods, transformation governance, adaptive leadership. We help organizations turn execution into a muscle, not just a checklist. And when needed, we lead. We step in, we co-own, from value stream redesigns to agile transformations. We roll up our sleeves and drive programs forward. We don't just we help getting done. Leave you with this model doesn't sit above execution. It lives inside it. It's embedded. It's accountable. It's how strategy becomes reality, not on paper, but on the ground. Outcome focused. But in today's world, that's not enough. You need to be smart, not just process data driven, not just intelligent tools, especially AI come into play. We are entering a new phase where the PMO becomes an insight engine. Let me show you what that looks like in action through three powerful capabilities. Imagine being able to forecast project risks before they happen. That's now possible using historical trends, real-time data, and AI models. PMOs can flag delays before they hit, cost overruns before they grow, and even resource clashes before they escalate. It's like having headlights on a foggy road. You can finally see what's coming. It's predictive analytics. At the risk sensing, AI can now detect early warning signals across your entire portfolio. Let's say one team is sleeping, or budget burn is accelerating, or external market data suggests a risk. AI can pick up on those signals and trigger alerts. Think of it as your digital early warning system. The third one, dynamic resource allocation. Gone are days of rigid annual resource plans. With real-time visibility, PMOs can reallocate people, budgets, and focus on the fly. Based on what's urgent, what's strategic, and what will move the needle, this makes the whole organization faster, sharper, and more adaptive. At Nuvo, we built these capabilities using platforms like Free Strategy, which brings together execution dashboards, scenario planning, portfolio simulation. But here's the truth: tech alone isn't enough. You need the right model, you need the right mindset, and most importantly, you need the right partner to help drive it. Let me bring all of this to life with a real world story, because the theory is great, but nothing speaks louder than impact.
Just we have a few more minutes left. Huh?
2 minutes, okay. Let's summarize it with managing a Nuvo case study. So we can move the next slide. Let's pull it all together, walk through how we helped and the clients turn into strategy, into real measurable results. We use a simple but powerful model built on 3 core phases: reframe, prioritize, and enable. The the strategy reframe is the important part of this project. The goal was unclear. The portfolio realignment, next we tackled the project portfolio. We introduced prioritization lens based on impact, readiness, and resourcing. Then we brought it all to life through technology. With using our Free Strategy platform, we visualize the entire portfolio in one place, run scenario analysis across regions, coordinate execution across time zones. The results: a globally aligned team, more focused, more agile, and far better equipped to deliver with confidence. Strategy and execution weren't just connected, they were synchronized through shared clarity, prioritization, and tools that supported action. This is what modern PMOs make possible when they are empowered to lead, not just report. So, as we wrap up today's session, I want to leave you with a simple but powerful question. Is your strategy truly being executed or just documented? So, because here's the reality: having a strategy on paper is no longer enough. What matters now more than ever is execution. That's why we offer a focus tool we call the PMO diagnostic at Nuvo. It's a fast, insight-rich engagement designed to help you see where the real execution gaps are, identify quick wins and long-term leverage points, and get practical recommendations you can use right away. In other words, it's a jumpstart for building the kind of execution engine that doesn't just support a strategy, it delivers it. So we can co-create a PMO that's embedded, agile, and accountable. It comes from building systems that ensure strategy gets done. thank you for your time and engagement today. We appreciate your interest and look forward to future collaboration together with all of you. Please feel free to reach out with any question or
So
ideas.
if you can stop the screen share, then maybe you can take a couple of questions. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there are few questions and comments. Okay, I'll just take for the last one. Mihai Ionescu has just said that how familiar are you with the Kaplan and Norton Balance Scorecard framework? Praveen, can you just flash it? Okay.
Okay. We can talk with Mihai at the offline. We can talk it. It's start with the mindset. I would like to explore something for PMO. Start with the mindset instead of thinking we need a consultant to fix this. Organizations should ask who can walk this path with us. We just embedded ourselves within the teams, not just working with about a framework. Is the is not only the strategy execution framework, because he's all working implementations, but practically that looks like shared dashboards, joint decision making, and being available in real time, not just in steering committees. It's all about from advice to shared accountability. That's what I was talk and share with you.
Perfect. So there is one more comment from Dr. Denny Seplan. So he's just echoing what you're saying about the PMO for the strategy execution. Yep. Fine. Okay. So then it's a great thank you,
I
Yo.
couldn't get the question. So
No, it's a comment from Dr. Denny Sepian. Okay. No, he's just echoing what you had just said about the importance of PMO. Okay, so that you can answer offline in the comments. You can just answer them, no problem, or answer them
I really
in private mode.
um,
Okay,
there is a connection problem. Sorry for that. I will also answer all the question
no,
offline. Thank you for the time, and I would be happy to hear. Just following the program, I would like to leave now. Thank you for the time.
yeah,
Thank you,
thank you,
Abdul Kadir.
you for great insights. Thank you, wonderful to see.